So check this out. That's really cool, and it's super easy to do with your GoPro. So let me tell you how to do that and some tips and tricks, but also stay tuned to the end because this will be the next channel challenge. Here we go. By the way, welcome to the channel. My name is Danny Black, and if you like this kind of stuff, don't be a stranger. Click that button right there. Also, if you do find that this video was helpful for you, please click that one up there. That also helps out a lot. Also gives me a warm and fuzzy feeling. Links to everything will be down in the description, plus some accessory coupon codes and all of that good stuff, and also write out some of the settings down there as well, plus a surprise link. And also, this video was sponsored by the one and only Motion Array. Motion Array is the best website to getting amazing effects for your videos. So if you haven't heard about Motion Array, I'll tell you about that later on in the video. So yeah, you can get some really creative shots with your GoPro, and that's not just limited to the Hero 10. That can be the Hero 9, 8, 7, anything that you can change your settings on. But I love doing light painting, especially with your friends or your family, because you get a lot of oohs and ahs. Now really, you can use any camera, smartphone, action camera to do this. You just gotta get into the settings. But since there are a lot of GoPro users that watch my content, we're gonna focus on the GoPro. So the next thing we need is some cool LED lights, and WeLight has got us covered. That's right. Now WeLight does have a bunch of different options that you can choose from, but I love these LED light sticks. What I love most about WeLight in particular is you can connect all of their lights to your app on your phone, and you can just easily change colors. And with doing light painting, this would be awesome if you had an extra person controlling the colors. So maybe you're doing a flower, and at the bottom you do a lot of green strokes, and then at the top you switch it to red, and you can get some really cool looking stuff there. The design of these light sticks are really amazing. The buttons are really nice and easy to press and easy to navigate, and you have an OLED screen over here for all your information. There are magnets on the back so you can connect it to anything metal or even to each other. You can also find quarter thread screw mounts on the top and the bottom. You have your normal light setting where you can adjust the brightness and color temperature. You also have RGBW to dial in your exact color, and HSL to get some really defined colors and vibrancy. But there's also the scene selection where you can choose between 29 different scenes like alarm, bar, aurora, flash, and many more. And they also have a coupon code attached as well, so you can save some money. Does it look like it's burning my hands? But also check out their pocket lights, because these things are nice and small and compact, and you can also control them from the app as well. Okay, so we got our camera, we got our light. Now you'll also need something pretty solid to put the camera on, because you want no movement as you're taking these photos. One thing that I was using that was really helpful was the snap mount. If you don't know the snap mount, I've made several videos on them, and I'll put links to them up there. But what's cool is, there's a lot of metal out there, but for the main thing, I'd put this on the ground, angle it up, and you get a nice low shot, but it stays really solid on the ground because it's just got a good base to it. Another good mount is one of these small rig clamps. That way, if you're putting it on like a pole or railing, that works really well. Or a suction cup mount from like Telesin. This one's really good and also nice if you're putting it up against a window. Like I said, there are a lot of options, and I'll put some more recommendations down in the description. Another option to enhance your creativity a little bit more is you can check out these Freewell filters. These are great. And sometimes, the light is a bit too bright, so it's nice to throw a filter on there. Now, I'm not saying that you need these to make this happen. You don't, but these can help the experience and make them a little bit better. Okay, now on to what settings you need to put your GoPro on. And these settings might change a little bit depending on how light or dark your environment is. But what I'll show you is a good starting point. So you want to set your GoPro on photo mode, and if you are brand new to GoPros, that's just a quick swipe to the right. So you swipe your finger left and it goes to the right. So now you're in photo mode, and what you want to do is make sure it's on night mode. And how to get that is you'll see down at the bottom where it says photo or whatever it's on, you click that settings button and you scroll down to night photo. And before you click night photo, click that little pencil button next to it. And this is where we're going to change the settings. So the shutter is something we're gonna play around with a little bit, but go ahead and just set that on 20 for now. You wanna put your output to raw. Set your timer on 3 seconds, but if you need a little bit more time setting up your light painting, you can put it on 10 seconds. I put white balance on 4000. Now this is something that you can change around with if you want to, but this is just a good starting point. ISO minimum 100 and ISO maximum all the way down to 100. We're gonna put sharpness on low because this is something we can sharpen later on. And you wanna put your color on flat. Now, because these settings might change depending on your environment, this is where we're gonna add shortcuts. And these shortcuts are basically shortcuts on your main screen, giving you access to these different settings. So lower left, we're gonna put shutter. And this is gonna be important because if you're in a city and there's lights everywhere, you might only want this on a 5-second shutter speed or 10 seconds. And if you're somewhere really dark, you might have it up to 30 seconds. So this shortcut gives you the ability to change that quickly and easily so that you can get exactly what you're looking for. On the lower right, we're gonna put ISO max because 100 minimum is probably all you need. But if you need a little bit more light coming in, you can play around with that ISO max. Then we're gonna put the upper left, we're gonna put your timer there. That way you can change it between 3 seconds or 10 seconds easily. And we're gonna put color up on the upper right. That way, if you're taking a picture and maybe you wanna take a picture with more color to it, you can add that there. So there we go, those are all the settings and shortcuts. Now I'm gonna give you a couple more tips and tricks as well as tell you about the new challenge. But first, a quick word from the sponsor. If you are a video editor and you want to step up your game to the next level, check out Motion Array. I have wasted so much time and money on other websites, effects packages and stuff like that, things that I never use. And when I discovered Motion Array, I was blown away at how great the effects were and the fact that you just pay monthly or yearly and you can get all those effects. And they have effects like intros, text effects, overlays, logos. I mean, the list goes on, and I don't have enough time in this ad to share them with you, but do click the link, just go and discover it for yourself. That way you can see the effects that they have and you'll probably get inspired to create. And they're also adding new effects all the time. And hey, Motion Array is a big supporter of the channel and helping it grow. And right now, if you click the link in the description or the pinned comment, they will save you $50 on an annual subscription, which is a really good deal. And just so you know that I'm not just promoting Motion Array, this is a website that I use a lot. And it's helped out my channel and just the productivity level of getting cool effects on your videos. So check it out, you won't be sorry. Now, a couple of tips. If your image is coming out too bright, obviously try a couple different times with lower shutter speeds, but also that bright photo might not be ruined. You can edit that photo, change the contrast and brightness and colors and sharpness. Well, you can really make that photo pop. So it might not be a wasted photo after all. Another tip, if there is a person that's gonna be in the photo, they have to be perfectly still. Like even any kind of like movement of their head or their eyes, it's gonna ruin the photo, it's gonna make them blurry. So they have to be posed very still like a statue. By the way, I was shooting this stuff in the city and this one guy that was on vacation here was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, light painting." He's like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Yeah, stand there, be really still." He nailed it. Now, another tip is when you are using your light and doing stuff like that, sometimes it's really cool just to like hide the light for a second and bring it back. And also you can change the brightness of it. And a lot of times you only need something like 10% of the brightness on your light, maybe even less than that. And a final tip, if it's raining, go out in the rain. It looks really cool when the ground is wet because you also get the reflections from the light that you're painting. Now I know the GoPro is waterproof, but you want to keep it covered because you don't want water droplets, going on the lens because that'll ruin your long exposure shot. So when I make these types of videos, I'm kind of hoping to motivate you to get out and try them for yourself. So that's why I started challenges on this channel. We did the Star Lapse challenge and then we did the Time Warp Hyperlapse challenge. And those were a lot of fun. And on those challenges, Tellison stepped in and they wanted to give out prizes for the winners. Now, I don't know what the prizes are yet, but I will keep you updated on that as we go. But I just really wanted to encourage you to go out and try this for yourself. And the way you enter is simple. You can either tag me on Instagram. My Instagram is mynameisDannyBlack. Or if you don't have Instagram, you could just email it to me. My email will be down in the description. But be sure to include your GoPro specs that you were using, like what your shutter speed was and all of that good stuff, just because it'd be interesting to know. And also if you're using a Hero 10, Hero 9, 8, or so on. Now I might open this up to some other action cameras because I do have the Insta360 and the Action 2. But for now, let's just keep it GoPro and then I'll make some follow-up videos later on. So make sure you ding the bell to get notified and you'll have approximately like 6 weeks. But now you know how to do it and go out and get creating. And I love this kind of stuff on this channel. It makes it really fun. So thank you so much for being here and being a supporter and helping it grow. I really do appreciate it. So I'll get to some more videos here and I'll see you next time.
Black.